Welcome to another edition of IMO Sports with Pedro Justice. This video right here will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Ryan Garcia will be banned from boxing for a period of time. We'll get into all of the details, everything you need to know. Now, the whole world saw Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney on April 20th, 2024. Devin Haney got beat up like he's never gotten beat up in his whole career. Everybody, the fans, they were wondering, look at Devin Haney. Why does he look like this? We've never seen it. Ryan Garcia professed that he was just a better man. Devin Haney took his defeat and everything was what it was until news broke that one Ryan Garcia tested positive for Ostarine and the world went crazy. Everybody that was a Devin Haney fan was like, see, I told you. And all the Ryan Garcia fans was like, they're trying to set him up. So in this video, I'm going to go through everything. If you don't want to know the truth, then click off of the video. But if you want to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, stay tuned, buckle up, and let's go on this ride. In this article here from Sporting News, it says Ryan Garcia's upset win over Devin Haney last month sent shockwaves through the sporting world. However, less than 2 weeks, it only took 2 weeks for his world to come crashing back down with a positive anti-doping positive test. They love anti-doping. That sounds real bad. Anti-doping. Ryan Garcia, PEDs. We're going to get into what PEDs are. We're going to also get into what Ostarine is and how it can be used to help an athlete. Well, here, Dan Rafael, he is the one who reported that Ryan Garcia tested positive for two banned substances at the time, Ostarine and Narandro. So based on this tweet, it says, per multiple sources with knowledge of the results, Ryan Garcia tested positive for the banned PED Ostarine in a VADA test related to the Haney fight. Then he followed up Garcia positive tests per source with direct knowledge. He failed Ostarine in 2 urine tests, one on April the 19th, which is the day of the weigh-in, and then post-fight April 20th. It says the April 19th sample screened positive, but was not confirmed for the 19 Narandro. And so when we got that news, you got the news just like I got the news. Everybody got the news. And now all the Devin Haney fans and boxing fans are like, wait a minute. Ryan Garcia is a cheater. He's a cheater. And Ryan Garcia came out defending himself, telling you that I didn't cheat. No, I didn't cheat. I'm not a cheater. So on Ryan Garcia's X, he put pictures showing that all 4 tests conducted leading up to the fight, they all were negative. So he joined VADA on February 24th. And by the 26th, he had his first negative test. Then on 3/8, he had his second negative test. And then on 3/15, he had his third negative test. And then on April the 3rd, he had his 4th negative test. So everything looked good up until Dan Rafael's tweet. And then Ryan Garcia started trying to sway the public with all of these texts saying, fake effing news. I never effing took a steroid in my effing life. I beat Devin Haney fair and square. Now, of course, Devin Haney and his team came out with a statement saying that this is a shame and this and that. And then everybody else was very upset at Ryan Garcia. And so on his team, they stated that, hey, I don't know what's going on, but our guy did not test positive. His A sample, I don't know what happened. Maybe he took something that was contaminated. That's what they stated. That's what they stated, that he took something. Now, if this is overturned, guess what that means for Devin Haney? It means Devin gets his O back. But let's get into this. Now, after the positive test, Ryan put out multiple statements denying these allegations, saying Ryan has put out multiple statements denying knowingly using any banned substances. And we believe him. That was per Golden Boy. Of course, as I stated, Devin Haney responded to ESPN in an interview. He said, "We learned about the situation not too long ago. It's unfortunate. Ryan cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and breaking positive not once, but twice. I've always been an advocate for clean fighting, and this is an example of such. Ryan owes the fans an apology, and by his recent tweet, he still thinks this is a joke." Now, Ryan Garcia, we've seen him with Donald Trump, and he does have something in common with Donald Trump. They both try to sway. They both try to sway you into their direction with all of these distractions. They'll say something. They'll talk about this. They'll talk about that just to get you off of the trail. Devin Haney goes on to say, "We put our lives on the line to entertain people for a living. You don't play boxing. This puts the fight in a completely different light. Despite the disadvantage, I still fought on my shield and got back up." You hear that, Ryan Garcia fans? He said he got back up. Devin Haney said he got back up. You tried to cheat me and you still couldn't knock me out. You knocked me down 11 times, but guess what? Every time I got back up. I tried to stand on the rope and almost fell off, but I got back up. Now, as I told you, he tested positive for Ostarine. And so we're going to go through what that is. People saying it's not a big deal. He didn't cheat. Well, at the end of this video, will you be able to still say that same thing? Now, it says, what is Ostarine? Ostarine is a banned performance enhancing drug, which is used by athletes to increase their strength and muscle growth. On the night of the fight, we saw that Ryan Garcia was way bigger than Devin Haney. It wasn't even close. He looked like he was jacked. Even Mike Tyson had to say something about the situation. Mike Tyson came in the dressing room, was like, "Whoa, you've been eating bricks." So there's little nuggets out there, little Easter eggs just everywhere. If you go back from the beginning of this fiasco of a build up to the very end, there are little eggs everywhere, Easter eggs of Ryan Garcia and possibly what was to come. Now, they classify Ostarine as a selective androgen receptor modulator, or SARM. It binds to the body's androgen receptors and stimulates muscle growth, making it commonly used by bodybuilders via dietary supplements. Now, the drug is not FDA approved. The drug targets specific parts of the human body, whereas just steroids affect the entire body. So essentially, Ostarine acts like a steroid, but it's not supposed to have the as bad or as negative effects as steroids. Now, as I said, the drug is not approved by the FDA, meaning it is not suitable for human consumption, and it is used by athletes and is banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. Now, the whole point of this is that we're going to prove that why Ryan Garcia will be banned from competing in boxing for a period of time. Now, with that being on the ban list, means that Ryan Garcia will have to prove by submitting a B sample. So has he already done that? Yes, he's already done that. He's already submitted his B sample for testing. That will conclude or happen on May the 22nd. So on May 22nd, the test will be conducted. And then after that, we'll know what the results are. Now, after this positive test, these two positive tests, there was news that, as we stated, that Ryan Garcia tested positive also for the Narandro. Now, the report came out that Ryan Garcia was cleared of the Narandrolone, but the Ostarine is still in question. So the A sample is still positive for that. But after further testing, they couldn't conclude exactly if the Narandrolone was there or not, because it's a naturally chemical. So they couldn't. And it says lab results confirm that Ryan did not have. It just says they couldn't confirm that the Nandrolone was in his system prior to the fight. But the Ostarine, per Dame Raphael reported that Ostarine is still there. And so, as I stated, the B sample will be tested. Now, Ryan Garcia, when he heard the news via his ex, he said, "So y'all realize I didn't fail the test now." He said, "No substance other than this imaginary ostrich substance. They tried, but no lie stands. Praise God." So Ryan is denying these allegations that he took something. And he's trying to get his fan base on his side. He's trying to get his fan base on his side. He's trying to get them to side with him. So these are all distractions, misdirection, sleight of hand. He thinks he's a magician. Now, let's go ahead and go back over Ostarine, and then we'll come back to what the lawyer stated, and then we'll go into what does the New York State Athletic Commission say about banned substances. Now, Ryan Garcia wants to make you believe that he will be cleared, he'll be innocent. One thing I can say on record is Ryan Garcia 100%, his A sample 100% tested positive for Ostarine. No doubt about it. Now it's up to the B sample. And usually 99% of the time, the person still tests positive for whatever substance it is. However, there's a 1% chance that Ryan Garcia could be cleared. Does that make you feel better, Garcia fans? My job is not to be on Devin Haney's side. My job is just to report what I see based on the information, the facts, the evidence that's involved. Based on the evidence involved, right now, Ryan Garcia is 100% guilty of this. What they'll have to question is, how did it get there? So let's go ahead and get into this Ostarine. Again, Ostarine is a selective androgen receptor modulator that attaches proteins in the body and effectively tells muscles to grow, get big, get Hulk on them. It's used to aid performance by helping athletes build muscle mass and enhance their rate of fat loss, and also to increase stamina and recovery ability. So you say, well, it was so low. We'll get into that. Oh, it was this. It wasn't enough for him to do anything. There's no way it helped him out. Think about this. Let me get you to think about this. Before this fight, Ryan Garcia, however it got into his body, because I'm supposed to say it like that, however it got into his body, let's just say, for instance, he willingly took the Ostarine through a supplement, and he knew about it. Or he didn't know about it for legal purposes. He doesn't say he took the Ostarine. We can say that. He took the Ostarine. He starts working out. It starts to help. He starts dosing, microdosing. He's working out with a trainer and whoever knows how to use these supplements, and they're getting him prepared for this fight. What does that do? It allows him to train longer. It allows him to recover better. It allows him to throw that left hook. It allows him to throw that right hand that Derek James taught him faster, more effectively, with more power, while he's trying to lose weight. And so it's aiding him in all of these things, is helping him be stronger. So by the time it gets to before the fight, he starts to cycle off of it. He's cycling off of it. And he's cycling off of it. And that's how it can help him gain an advantage, because he's already gained what he needed for the fight. And so then the guy will tell him, okay, they're testing. Now, as we saw, I'm going to go back to this. As we saw with the diagram, it was April 3rd when Ryan Garcia got his last negative test. So between April 3rd and April 19th, that's about 3 weeks time, almost 3 weeks time that Ryan Garcia could have got in another microdose and tried to cycle off of it. How and why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense unless he was using other things to mask. I repeat, to mask the performance enhancing drug. They call it enobosarm. It's an enobosarm now. That's the name of Ostarine now, is enobosarm. And it's designed to work like testosterone, thus promoting and maintaining libido, fertility, prostate growth, muscle growth, and strength. It mimics testosterone. So this helps him become stronger than he would normally be. This helps him become stronger. And so why would Ryan do this? I can't say 100% that he did it on purpose, but what I can say is based on the A sample, it is in his body. It is definitely in his body. And so Ryan Garcia is taking this and he thinks he's getting away with it. But why would he do that? Remember what I just said? He was masking the PEDs. That's what people do before competition, before an event. So how could he mask it? Well, I'm glad you asked. He masked it. I believe here are the 3 possible ways he masked the PED if he purposely took it, knowingly took the Ostarine. As his lawyer claimed, possible tainted supplement. So again, I'm not, for legal purposes, I'm saying that if Ryan Garcia knowingly took this Ostarine, then he would have to get off of it, and he would also have to mask it in order to pass the urine test. And how do people do that? I'll list the 3 ways that he could have possibly done it. One is through IV. One is through weed or marijuana, and one is through alcohol. Now, what do all these things have in common? Especially the marijuana and the Ostarine, they're considered diuretics. Diuretics? Man, what are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? Well, let's take a look at it. What is a diuretic and what is the use? It says the use of drugs to mask other drugs has led to drugs such as diuretics and alcohol being banned substances in many sports. It requires you to understand that drugs can be used to mask other drugs, in this case, PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, in sports such as boxing, horse racing, and high altitude sports. They mentioned boxing. Very interesting. The use of diuretics to mask other drugs. There are 3 reasons an athlete uses a diuretic: for appearance, for weight class, and for masking other drug use. Now, for Ryan Garcia, I don't think he did it for his appearance, but his appearance, he looked physically bigger and stronger, and it's also used for weight class. So Ryan Garcia was trying to cut weight, and so it could have helped aid him, and we'll see how, in masking other drugs. Diuretics cause the body to remove water from blood and excrete it as urine. This dilutes the urine and makes positive detection of PED drugs such as anabolic steroids or Ostarine less likely to be detected. So if Ryan Garcia took Ostarine on purpose through however he took it, he would use a diuretic to mask it, so that way he could pass the test. And as I mentioned, what did Ryan Garcia mention all throughout the build-up and after the fight? Hey man, it's no big deal. I'm like the people. I smoke weed. Weed ain't no big deal. Now, in the state of New York, in places, I believe marijuana is legal. Let me know in the comment section. Weed is legal in New York. So that may be a reason why they wanted the fight to move from Las Vegas to New York. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying I know for sure, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It says marijuana, a widely debated substance, has gained attention not only for its recreational use, but also for its potential impact on sports performance in recent years. There's been speculation whether marijuana can mask the presence of performance-enhancing drugs, PEDs, in athletes. PEDs, Ostarine. This is a controversial topic. So basically they're saying a person may use weed in order to pass a drug test. This is crazy.
Drug test.
What do you do?
I will do a live drug test.
What do you do?
I drink and I smoke weed, and so has the majority of this room.
But as we know, we heard in the clips, Ryan Garcia said that he smoked weed. It's not a big deal. He's still growing. He also said he drank alcohol. I want to read this because it's a funny way it sounds. PEDs, as the name suggests, are substances that enhance the performance of activities. It enhances what you already can do well. So if you have a great left hook, you will have a super great left hook based on the training you do. Just taking it alone is not going to do anything. You have to train. So I'm not naive. You still got to train. PEDs by athletes is commonly known as doping. Ryan Garcia was doping. That sounds funny. And then, so the THC masking agents can mask the results of doping controls and lead to false results. Marijuana can mask PEDs because of its diuretic effects. Remember what I said? Diuretic effects. PEDs, no good. No bueno. It says marijuana agent are a kind of medication that can block the detection of PEDs. Now it says, what are masking agents? Well, for Ryan Garcia, he did on record state that he did smoke weed. So if he has a performance enhancing drug PED in his system, what can marijuana do? It says marijuana masking agent are a kind of medication that can block the detection of PEDs or block the detection of Ostarine. Yes, sir. I'm telling you, man, this video is in depth. I am going in. I usually make short videos, but today is not the day for it. I want to have proof of why I'm stating that Ryan Garcia will be banned from boxing for a period of time. There's no doubt in my mind, and here's why. Naturally, drug test masking agents will falsify a positive result to show a negative result. So maybe Ryan Garcia thought that using marijuana based on the training, if he took it on purpose, whoever it is told him this is how you pass a test. Not only did he do that, what else did he state? He liked to blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the blame it on the. Now, with alcohol, I just wanted to read this quickly. It says, this is the Russian anti-doping agency, and they told the press athletes would drink a post-race beer to help their dehydrated bodies produce a urine sample for drug tests. Alcohol suppresses the production of an anti-diuretic hormone, meaning the body produces more urine than it normally would produce. And they said they would drink water to help aid the process due to aggressive athletes and the impact on the test results. It says it is not very good for athletes' behavior at doping control. Basically, what it's saying is that they would do the PEDs, and then after the match or contest or whatever they're doing, they would drink heavily. So that way it could take out the water, take out the PEDs, and basically they pee out the PEDs. And so when they take the test, it comes back as negative. So that's what I'm basically going to sum that up with. So I know that's a lot. So far I've said that if Ryan Garcia took the Ostarine and he knew about it, he could use weed to mask it. He could also use alcohol. And as you heard in the clips, Ryan Garcia has been on record stating that he drank a lot during camp and he smoked weed. So these are things that are not helpful for his case in this situation. Now, by now you've seen the video of him taking an IV. Now, I can't say what was in the IV. I have no idea what was in the IV, but I can just say, look at the video. It's not looking good. Let's now go to what the New York State Athletic Commission says about all of this. All of this. What do they say about this? Let's get into it. Get up, get on up, and get up, get on up. I get up, get on up, I get up, and get on the scene like a gangster lean. Ryan in trouble, Ryan in trouble, Ryan in trouble, Ryan in trouble. What's he gonna do? Now, by now, if you're still watching this video, you know it's not looking good for Ryan Garcia. I'm just gonna let you know. If you don't know, now you know, mister. Okay, so now we talked about Ryan Garcia's been smoking marijuana. He's been smoking weed. He's been on that ooh wee, and he's been drinking alcohol, blaming on the That's the song he's gonna be playing when he leaves that hearing. It wasn't me taking the Ostarine. It wasn't me. Anyways, let's get to it. It says banned substances per the New York State Athletic Commission. Now, per the Athletic Commission, all combatants appearing in New York are required to undergo mandatory drug testing for both illicit and unlawful substances. In addition to these substances, which are prohibited by the New York health laws and penal laws, please see, we'll look at that list. Now it says the use of illicit substances and performance enhancing drugs, Ostarine, present a grave and growing threat to the integrity of athletic competition within the combat sports industry. The use of illicit substances and PEDs in professional combat sports is strictly prohibited by the New York State Athletic Commission. To deter and combat illicit substances and PEDs used for professional combat sports, the commission shall seek administrative license revocation, which means they will revoke Ryan Garcia's boxing license if he tests positive on the B sample. Right now, it's the A sample says you're going to be banned. And so now he has 99% chance that it's going to be positive, but he has a 1% chance to not test positive. What happens? His license is suspended, medical suspension, purse forfeiture. That means he's going to have to give up some money from the purse. He's going to be fined. And in any instance in which the professional combatant engages in doping and illicit drug use. So it says down here, the use of IVs or intravenous fluids for hydration prior to the event is not allowed unless the combatant has provided notice to the New York State Athletic Commission and received a written approval. Now, as I said, you saw the video clip of Ryan Garcia taking an IV. Can I say that he was taking fluids to flush out or to help aid in masking the Ostarine? I can't say that, and I won't say that. But what I'm saying is it doesn't look good. So what we have now, we have IV, we got marijuana, and we got alcohol. Three things that one of them we saw him doing. The other one, he said he was drinking apple juice or something, but he did state on many occasions that he was drinking and smoking weed, and that's just what happened because he's 25. Now, here's what it says about IVs. It says the WADA, or the World Anti-Doping Agency's anti-doping rules, prohibit intravenous infusions and injections both in competition and out of competition if the volume exceeds 100 milliliters during a 12-hour period. The 100 milliliter threshold applies even if the substance being injected is permitted or if the athlete receives multiple small volume injections. So it says IV infusions or injections over 100 milliliters are prohibited for three reasons. One, they can be used to mask the use of a prohibited substance or a PED or Ostarine. Say it with me. PED. Say it with me. Ostarine. They can be used to mask. So an IV can be used to mask the use of a prohibited substance. Why are we seeing Ryan Garcia receiving an IV? The optics look crazy. I'm not saying that he was trying to mask anything. I'm just saying it's not looking good for the Ryan Garcia fans. They can distort the values of this ABP, and they can enhance athletic performance by increasing plasma volume levels. So this IV that Ryan Garcia is seen taking, he could have used this to also help. I mean, I haven't even mentioned yet, we already know that he missed weight. Not only did he miss weight, but now he's taking PEDs. And you think it's cool? The fans think it's okay for Ryan Garcia to miss weight? Well, Devin Haney took money. Cool. Okay, scratch that off. PEDs, Ostarine, whether he took it on purpose or whether he injected it through a tainted supplement or a supplement that didn't say it was on there and it ended up being tainted, it's still in his body. It's not fair. It's not fair. Ryan Garcia didn't do anything wrong. We love Ryan Garcia. He's so cool. Look at his hair. It looks so neat. Come on, man. This is real deal. Devin Haney is a human being. Devin Haney is a boxer. He went in there thinking everything was on an even playing field. And Ryan Garcia possibly came in here on dope, performance enhancing dope, whether on purpose or accidental. Well, what does the New York State Athletic Commission think about accidentally taking performance enhancing drugs? They don't think kindly of it. Let's get into it. Let's get into what the New York State Athletic Commission thinks about it. Now, I've already read pretty much the same statement they keep showing. It says PEDs are prohibited in competition means the period commencing before midnight on the day before the scheduled weigh-in for competition in which athletes are scheduled to compete until conclusion of the athlete's bout. PEDs are prohibited at all time means the substance or method of is prohibited both in and out of competition, in addition to substances which are prohibited by New York health and penal laws. The following prohibited list represents substances and methods prohibited by the New York State Athletic Commission. Non-approved substances, there's a list. Anabolic agents prohibited at all times. Anabolic androgenic steroids. Let's look at the list of banned substances. Let's get to see what Ryan Garcia took. Is Ryan Garcia's on this list? Uh-oh. I think I see it. Remember earlier? Ostarine. Enobosarm. Ostarine. Now, here are the categories. Substance name type, decision limits, and exceptions/notes. So in regards to taking Ostarine, what is the decision limit for Ostarine? It says abnormal at levels greater than 0.1 nanogram, which is ng, per ml milliliter. So anything, any PED, any Ostarine found in someone's system, Ryan Garcia, at a level greater than 0.1 would mean ding, 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 positive test. Now, I don't hear anyone saying 0.1. They just say 0.1. You have to put the 0 in front. You have to say 0 to show you how minuscule this is going to be. So that means anyone. So basically it's just saying if Ostarine is found in your system at all, it's going to be higher than 0.1. So, I mean, basically this in a nutshell for these people who are trying to look at these charts and misread them, all of these people online, on social media, on X, they look silly. 0.1 nanogram. 0. So if anything basically shows up in the system, it's a positive test. Banned. I'm trying to do this. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just trying to say it this way because people are acting as if they don't realize that fact that Ryan Garcia is in trouble. Now, Ryan Garcia's lawyer has already admitted that Ryan Garcia has it in his system. I don't know if you know this or not. So let's go back to the article to see where the lawyer already admitted, but he says it's so low of an amount, it couldn't really help his performance on the night. Man, come on. I've already went over the fact of how it could enhance his performance on the way to the bout. And then he uses the enhancements he's gotten through the training on this PED to then take it out on Devin Haney. Look at Ryan Garcia. He looked crazy. Look at him. I'm on Ostarine. I'm a monster. Come here, Devin Haney. Now I'm just saying, allegedly he's on Ostarine. No, it's no alleged. Guess what? The test is positive. Now let's look and see what his lawyer states. What are they willing to admit to? Now we're about to read what Ryan's lawyer has admitted. However, ESPN reported that Garcia's lawyer, Darren Chavez, believed that the levels of Ostarine in Garcia's blood had no effect on him. He said, we are dealing only with a known supplement contaminant in the billionth of a gram range that provided Ryan Garcia with no performance enhancing benefit whatsoever on fight night. Garcia will have his B sample tested on May 22nd. And guess what? It's going to be positive, possibly, maybe, could be. What does Kwame say? I snapped. Come on now. Now, see, what he did was smart is that he threw this out for the casual fan. So they see a billionth of a gram. How tiny is a billionth of a gram? Guess what a billionth of a gram is? It equals 1 ng, 1 nanogram. 1 ng, 1. It says some medical tests report results in nanograms per milliliter. A nanogram is 1 billionth of a gram. So that's a 1. Now, what did the Athletic State Commission say that the amount had to be in order for you to be guilty, banned, in the wrong? Let's take a look at it. It said abnormal at levels greater than 0.1. So the 1 nanogram that the lawyer has already admitted to having in Ryan's system means that he is guilty. Guilty, 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 guilty. But what if it was contaminated and Ryan didn't take it on purpose? Not our Ryan Garcia. He's a good guy. Just a swell kid. It doesn't matter. Is 1 greater than 0.1? Yes, it is. Now, a lot of people are struggling with this online. They've already admitted that it's in his system, so there's no surprise there. It's in his system. Now, what is the B sample for then? It's to say that, well, maybe the test was wrong. Maybe he doesn't have any Ostarine in his system, even though we've already admitted he does. Does this make any sense? When you say things out loud, you got to use your brain. They're admitting that it's in the 1 billionth per the test, the sample A test. That's what they're saying. Ryan Garcia is praying, hoping, and wishing that it is not going to be positive. It's going to be positive. Let's get to business here. Let's cut to the chase. Right now, Ryan Garcia and his team need to work on a defense. I don't hate Ryan Garcia. I don't have anything personally against Ryan Garcia. Right now, Ryan Garcia needs to work on its contaminated supplement. I had no idea. Or Ryan Garcia needs to be, I'm going to throw someone under the bus. I didn't know. It wasn't me.
All I'm going to say is I got a phone call that Ryan Garcia didn't have to make weight. Was the weight cut a pain in the ass? Yes. I was there for 11 hours. Do I know what went on in camp? No. Don't put my name in stuff that has nothing to do with me. I was his weight cut specialist and the rehydration. We went downstairs in the sauna, in the steam room. We did my usual baths. I got 8 pounds off him in 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because I need water in you to pull water. Understood? I got there, I did my thing. Do I know what he did during camp? No. Again, I was brought in the last minute. He had his strength and conditioning guys there. So we went down in the steam room, started sweating. We're doing great. It's 9 in the morning, 9:30. Like I said, he's very professional. And he goes, oh, I can't take this. I say, please, bro, you have too many people relying on you and me. I don't want to, I don't want you to be embarrassed, and I don't want to be embarrassed. Okay. So we got him down to 147. I need a break. Not a problem. Take your break. It's 9:30 in the morning. But I'm looking at him, you know, and I'm seeing he's looking okay. He looks good. He's not drained. So we go out. It says 143. I said, listen, we're good. Let's try to move. He goes, I'm exhausted. I said, we're right there. We're at 143. No, Floyd called me to tell me to stop it at 143. He goes, listen, I'm going to pay the fine. Case closed. Okay,
Wow.
so you don't want to do this. I said, okay, not a problem. 14, 146. Did I get 13 pounds off him in 11 hours? Yes. I was the Ray Donovan. They brought me in to drop some weight, not to do anything else. What I hear, okay, and I have no issues telling you, when you drop a lot of water, metabolites come out that are stored in the fat. And according to those PEDs, all that I know is, this is what I know from going to school, college like you. When you lose body fat, some of these things stay in your fat layer, and metabolites as you dehydrate come out.
Yes.
Do I know he took it? No. Do I know he don't take it? No. As far as like water, they have nothing to do with it.
Right.
It's WADE, the water. Water is you know what I'm saying? Water takes that. You know, like when I was there, I saw him pee into the cup, and then he lock it up. That's as far as I saw. My whole thing is, he had two strength and conditioning coach there, right? Why did they call me in for that? Richie Hutchinson asked me about ashwanga. What that thing? Ashwagandha. Yeah. I said, Richie, listen to me. That shit, you don't know where it comes from. Put it away. If you want to call him, you can ask him. I said, no. You're taking, the only supplements you're taking are the ones myself and perfecting athletes give you. His strength and conditioning coach. It's TNT training facility. I didn't ask him because there was no need for me to ask him. I'm just doing a weight cut. I'm not even thinking about drugs. And that's why a lot of guys are getting caught microdosing. Do you know what I mean by that? Yes, you do. They're shooting little amounts in their abdominal area. Okay? But the problem is it gets stored in the fat there. And when you dehydrate, it's going to come out. But he didn't get caught for any of these things except for Ostarine. Could it be a tainted supplement that he took without me? Because I only, again, was there 11 hours. Nothing. Water, NutriCarb, amino acids. I sent everything. Everything is legit. You know what I'm saying? They have to see what everybody else did.
But based on what I'm about to read, guess whose responsibility it is for what he puts in his body? It's Ryan Garcia's responsibility to know what supplements he puts in his body. No one else can do that. So if his personal trainer, his nutritionist, whoever this person is that gave him this Ostarine or tainted supplement, he don't know where to get it from, where Ostarine, you can go online and search it and order it directly to your house. But the internet savvy Ryan Garcia doesn't know how to type in Ostarine and order it. It's a banned substance and it's on the list. Now let's take a look at particular substances. Now, per USADA, there's 78 banned substances that contain Ostarine. Now, I'm not going to go over every single one. I'm just going to scroll through the list so you can look at it yourself. You can look these up online. One of these products, Ryan Garcia took, and it's in his body. So in his defense, he's going to have to say, what product did you take that was contaminated since you didn't do it on purpose? It's going to be one of these 78 substances, unless it's a new one that they don't know about yet. But these are all of the substances that have been reported that have tested positive for Ostarine. Look at it. I don't know which one it is, but one of these Ryan Garcia is guilty of. Is it the one that just says Ostarine? I don't know. Is it the stack? Who knows? Is it by the other name, MK2866? Who knows? Warrior Labs has a lot of these products. Rep Stack, Princess Shred. Ryan Garcia probably likes to take Princess Shred. Look at me, I'm a little princess. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at all these products that Ryan Garcia possibly has in his body when he fought Devin Haney that definitely have it in the listing. It says the product label lists the following prohibited substances. So that means that on these products, they could have taken it. In order to prove that he is not guilty, he would have to actually possibly provide the supplement that he took that's tainted. Now, if it says Ostarine on the on the label, Ryan Garcia is a dummy. Now, probably what he needs to do is just say, I don't know where it's at. Okay, let's be real. Ryan Garcia is not the first boxer to test positive for PEDs. I want to give some examples for all the Ryan Garcia fans that are panicking now that I've opened up Pandora's box, which is just information that you can research yourself. Ryan Garcia is going to be banned from boxing for a period of time. He's going to be banned 100%. You'll see what it says about it's your job to make sure you know what you put in your body. Now, are there examples of other boxers who have tested positive for performance enhancing drugs and they still box? Yes, somebody that I know, one of his favorite boxers, Big Baby Miller. What happened to Big Baby Miller? Big Baby Miller tested positive for lots of drugs, lots of steroids. And the first time, I guess in boxing, not the first time in competing in sports, but in 2019, he was banned for 2 years for testing positive for banned substances. And he was suspended for 6 months. So there's a possibility that Ryan Garcia could only be banned for 6 months. And the reason why they would do that is because he would be considered a first-time offender. Now, he can't admit to purposely taking the Ostarine, because that's automatically going to be a 2-year ban, automatically 2 years. My guesstimation is Ryan Garcia is going to get a ban between 6 months and 2 years. But since he's a first-time offender, based on this, it looks like he could get 6 months. Now, based on the masking agents that we found proof of him taking, whether he did it for the purpose of masking, he could get a year. He could be banned from boxing for a whole year. Now, they do have a performance enhancing drug treatment program. So they do have a program that you go through to say, hey, I don't want to do drugs, yucky, icky, bad. I won't do it anymore. I promise. And then Ryan Garcia's sentence will be reduced from 12 months down to 6 months. I think this is more likely to happen for him. If they say that he was reckless in his behavior throughout and he didn't help the situation, if they say, hey, Ryan Garcia is going to be banned for 1 year, but he can take the performance enhancing drug treatment program, we'll knock off 6 months. If he does that, then that means that Ryan Garcia will be suspended from April 20th to October 20th. That's 6 months. That's the best case scenario for Ryan Garcia. The best case scenario for Ryan Garcia is if he's only suspended for 6 months, whether that's just 6 months for a first-time offender, or if he's banned for 12 months and he goes through the performance enhancing drug treatment program. Now, I know that Devin Haney fans probably want him suspended a lot longer than that, but Think about how much money Ryan Garcia brings in. Think about how much money they're going to factor all of these things in. He's going to have to beg and plead for your sympathy. New York State Athletic Commission, I'm so sorry. Now, the New York Athletic State Commission may want to seem tough and say, Ryan, you get a year. And then they slide in, but you can take the 6-month performance enhancing drug program and get it reduced down to the 6 months. So all in all, Ryan Garcia has a chance to be banned from boxing for a minimum of 6 months, a maximum of 2 years. So say they did 2 years. They like, Ryan, your behavior is not what it needed to be. You disrespected the sport. You took performance enhancing drug, Ostarine, and you tried to mask it. Here's 2 years. Now, Amir Khan got busted for Ostarine. And what happened to him? He was banned for 2 years. No exception, just 2 years. But that was by UCAD or UCAD, the UK anti-doping place. But in America, it seems as though 2 years is what it is. Now, another example for Ryan Garcia getting a reduced sentence is Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera fought Frank Martin. He was found guilty of taking a performance enhancing drug. His suspension was up between like 9 months to 12 months or something like that. And they actually voted, 5-person panel commission in Nevada voted to only give him a 6-month suspension because it was his first time. Now, the best example of getting a 6-month suspension would be Lucian Bute, because he also tested positive for Ostarine, but he was able to prove that it was because of a tainted supplement that he took. And because of that, they only gave him 6 months. Now, Big Baby Miller, as you know, he's been busted multiple times. The last time Big Baby Miller was busted, he got a 2-year suspension. That's when he just had every steroid, every HGH, every PD in the book in his system. And he only got 2 years. So Ryan Garcia, if he can prove or just get them to believe that he took a tainted supplement, first time offender, that means that Ryan Garcia more than likely is facing at a minimum 6 months, at a maximum 2 years. But as a first time offender, it looks like it's going to be between 6 months and a year. You heard it here first on IMO Sports TV with Pedro Justice. Ryan Garcia will be banned for boxing for a minimum of 6 months. That means from April 20th to October 20th, there's going to be no Ryan Garcia. You heard it here for no Ryan Garcia. No Ryan Garcia. Now, from the rest of the year, could he have a fight? I don't know. If he's training in that time period and he gets a fight at the end of December, maybe an 8-week training camp, but it's really looking like Ryan Garcia won't be able to fight again to January. Basically, he won't fight again until 2025. That's what I see. Based on all of this evidence, based on all of this information that I have provided in this video, Ryan Garcia is going to be banned from boxing for a minimum of 6 months, up to 1 year. That's what I see. He's going to have to beg and plead for that. He's going to have to prove that he didn't do it on purpose. If they find evidence that he did this on purpose, he's going to be suspended 1 year to 2 years without a doubt. This is what it is. It seems as though in America, they're more lenient because when Povetkin popped, he got a 4-year ban. And then some other guy named, I don't know what's his name, Philip Bowes, he got a 4-year ban. But in America, if you're a first-time offender, they're lenient on you. And so, not to fret, Ryan Garcia's boxing career is not over. But the momentum that he had with this win over Devin Haney is going to go away. For 6 months, if I was Devin Haney, I would have my PR team just bringing up the truth. Ryan Garcia cheated. If you listen in the press conferences in the lead up to the fight,
This shit not
Devin
normal.
Haney stated that something's wrong with this guy. He's on something. This isn't natural. What's going on? And so Ryan Garcia just admits that all he does is smoke weed and drink. Little drink. He's admitting these things. You saw the IV. Devin Haney, when he goes for a no contest, that's what he's going to get. He's going to present all this information. If they use this video as proof, hey, all I'm doing is stating the facts and presenting the evidence to you of what's going on in this situation for all of the naysayers and the people who are saying that it's not a big deal. When you cheat, you have to be punished. You can't get away with coming in the ring any kind of way. It just doesn't make any sense. And so Ryan Garcia is going to be punished. He will be banned. Mark my words. So right now, if you're Team Garcia, you need to say, hey man, let's get our defense ready. Let's go with the contaminated supplement. Michelle Rivera threw someone under the bus that said he thought he was taking vitamins, but it ended up being a performance enhancing drug. I don't know who the guy was. He threw them under the bus. So either Ryan Garcia is going to continue to do the Donald Trump, deny. He's going to have to prove that, hey, I took a supplement I didn't know it, and I can't find it. I don't know where it's at. Or he's going to say, this guy gave me this supplement. I thought it was normal. And now I popped for Ostarine, and I never popped before in my career. This is the first time. I'm so sorry. I'm a changed man. I'll never do it again. I'm Ryan Garcia. That's what he's going to have to do, basically. And so, in conclusion, Ryan Garcia will be banned from boxing for a minimum of 6 months. We'll come back to this in a month or so. You can let people listen to the video, share this video with everybody. So that way, if a person still don't believe, then they're crazy. It doesn't make any sense for you to think that Ryan Garcia is innocent. He's anything but innocent, but I can't say for a fact that he took it on purpose. But somehow it got in his system, and somehow the lawyer is admitting to 1 nanogram, which is more than 0.1 nanogram, which means based on the report, based on the New York Athletic State Commission, Ryan Garcia is in trouble. Ryan Garcia is in trouble. You cannot take performance enhancing drugs. You can't do it. You just can't do it. And for Devin Haney, I would take this video and I would use it in his hearing for the no contest. When he submits evidence for the no contest, he's going to win. This fight is going to be a no contest or a disqualification loss for Ryan Garcia, just like Lucian Bute. And Devin Haney is still going to be undefeated, and Ryan Garcia is going to be banned for a minimum of 6 months. Take it to the bank. You want to bet on yourself? After listening to this video, if you disagree with me, you're crazy and you're on Ostarine possibly, because it doesn't make any sense. And oh yeah, to all of those people who are spreading false information, there is no loophole. No loophole in the rules and regulations regarding the New York State Athletic Commission. Like, do you think that the commission is going to actually be the ones that are going to go out there and test people? They're going to leave their offices and go test people? Give me a break. Come on. Guess what? Listen to what this says about it. It says, currently, few athletic commissions perform drug testing for performance-enhancing substances. When conducted, the testing is not comprehensive, rarely unannounced, and not a deterrent. Sports regulators do not have the manpower, time, and funds to thoroughly carry out the task. So guess what they do? They get VADA. Duh. VADA will be an opportunity for the athletes to demonstrate their commitment to clean sport. It says the professional athletes will volunteer to be subject to unannounced testing at any time during the 8 weeks prior to a scheduled fight. As in an Olympic program, an agreement to participate will require fighters to officially inform VADA of their daily whereabouts so they can be tested per the program. Athletes will agree that all results are immediately released to the appropriate adjudicating commission overseeing their contest. Guess where that is? The New York State Athletic Commission. So VADA will report the results to the commission, and then the commission will make their ruling and decisions if someone tests positive for PEDs. That's how it works. That's how it works. It also says that VADA has arranged for the World Anti-Doping Agency approved laboratory to conduct the tests and an internationally recognized anti-doping group to collect the specimens and maintain the chain of custody. So there you have it. There are no loopholes. The commission, the New York State Athletic Commission, uses VADA, and guess what? Both fighters, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, agreed to be entered into the program and abide by the rules. That means they have to tell them about all supplements and substances and anything they do. And that's why if something is not right, guess what? The person is in trouble and they have to go by the ruling of the New York State Athletic Commission. So that's that. So I know that it's going to be still people who say, who cares? Devin Haney's a sore loser. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. To those people, let them live in that fantasy world. But when they see Ryan Garcia in August and September still suspended, then send this video to them and remind them that the truth shall set you free. And so it's your boy, Pedro Justice. I brought you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me know what you think. Until next time, it's Pedro Justice. And we out. Mic drop. Mic drop.